Hey everybody, welcome back to Dynamic Sport Adventures Wilderness Survival Series. Today we're going to continue a sub-series called No Pots, No Pans, No Problem. If you go to our YouTube page, Dynamic Sport Adventures, you'll see a couple videos back we did a video on how to boil water when you don't have metal pots or pans. We took a bowl we made out of wood, we put water in it, and I heated up some rocks in the fire, putting the rocks in the water afterwards, and that actually brings the water to boil, purifying and making your water safe to drink by boiling. We also showed you how to make a Scottish bread called bannock. We called it bannock on a stick. We took that bread dough that we made and we wrapped it around a stick pretty thick, and we actually were able to cook that bread over the fire just by using that stick and hold it over the fire and keep turning it. Today we're going to show you an Australian method from the outback and from the Aborigines called damper bread or bush bread. And what they do is they cook it right on the ashes of the fire once it's burned down. So we're going to let this fire burn down. We're going to edit the video. We're going to add to it as we move on along the process and show you how to make some bush bread without having any metal pots or pans. Okay everybody, welcome back. I went ahead and made just a small dough patty today to show you so that way it's a little bit smaller, but you can make these as big as you want depending on how much ingredients you put in. So we've let the fire burn down. I'm going to take some of these hot coals off and set them off to the side right now. Just brush them off gently. You know, I'm trying to use stuff that you can see that's no pots or no pans. We're going to dig down a little bit. We're going to move some of the ash, the white ash, off the side. Again, that fire's been cooking, so your heat is in there. A good time to do this is maybe the morning after. You got a good bed of coals going. So basically what I'm going to do now is take some white ash here, some thin ash, and just spread that around there nice and thin. So it's not sitting on the dirt, it's sitting on the ash. I'm going to place my dough right in the fire there, and I'm going to take my little utensils here that I have, and I'm just going to spread the white ash right over top of the bread. Try to cover it with the finest ash you can find first, and then spread that out a little bit. Don't press down on it because you don't want to press it in there. And then we're just going to start covering it over. Covering it. Take some of my hot coals now, place it around the edge, scoop everything back in. Cover that over. Try to make yourself a little mound and a little area so you know when we dig the bread up that we know where it is. And we're going to let that sit for about half hour, 45 minutes. I'll edit the video and come back when we're ready to dig it up. Okay guys, welcome back. It's been about 45 minutes. Let's uncover our bush bread. And again, we're going to use our utensils that we purchased out here in the wild. Piece of bark basically. Uncover your bush bread. Remember, we're working with a hot fire. A lot of things don't need to be said. You're not going to be using things with poison ivy on them, and you're not going to be putting your hands in the hot coal, so be careful. This is for demonstration purposes, and you should be careful anytime you're working with any of this. I'm going to take two pieces of stick, my little utensils. I'm going to knock my bush bread off a little bit and take it out. And I've also got myself a little whisk broom I bought at the store out here, and I'm just gonna kind of brush my bush bread off, flip it over the other side. You might see a little stone or coal that got stuck in it. You can just pick that out. And again, it's very hot, so you want to be careful not to burn yourself. It's okay just to pull that out of there. And you can hear that. When you want to test it to see if it's done or not, you should hear a good thump, a good clunk. Okay? So, again, brush it off. And there's our little bush bread that we have. Okay? Cooked in the fire for about 45 minutes. And we could either break it open with a stick. I'm actually going to use my knife I made with doing flint knapping, and deer antler. Again, if we don't have utensils like we were talking about, no pots, no pans, no problem, we could use something else. We could use our hands just to break it apart. We use a stick. Again, we could just kind of break that apart. Take the crust off if you're worried about that. If you're noticing how it looks here, there's our bread. Again, I can use my knife here, cut open here, and inside that beautiful little, it's a little hot, is awesome bread. And there's nothing better than tasting bread right out of the fire, cooked this way. You can cut it open lengthwise. A little hot. It's not going to hurt you to eat the crust, but if you're a little worried about the charcoal that was on it and that, but you can see beautiful bread, nice and moist, awesome tasting bread, and it's called bush bread. No pots, no pans, no problem. Thanks for watching Dynamic Sport Adventures Wilderness Survival Series. Happy hiking. See you on the trails. Get outdoors.